Welcome everyone. Today I'm going to discuss about macroeconomics concept elasticity. Elasticity is the most important things of our major economy. Elasticity, an economic concept that measure responsiveness on of one variable to change in the another variable. Type of elasticity. There are different type of elasticity we have. We have price elasticity of demand, price elasticity of supply, income elasticity of demand, cross price elasticity of demand. Elasticity of demand, a high responsiveness of quality demanded or supplied to change in price. Example, a store owner raise price, she can expect that the quantity demanded will drop, but she might not know how sensitive customer will be to the change. So elasticity demand, a law responsiveness by customer to price change. Example, cigarette taxes and smoking rates. The greater the amount of tax increase, the fewer cigarettes are bought or consumed. Elastic and inelastic demand analysis, factor helping to predict product demand as more or less elastic. Substitute necessities versus luxuries, share of the consumer budget, short run versus long run, competitive dynamics. Which of the following product have elastic demand and which have inelastic demand? Gasoline, college textbook, coffee, airline tickets, concert tickets, soft drink, medical procedures. All of the things has elastic demand and in mm, and so calculation elasticity and percentage changes definitions. Elastic demand, when the calculated elasticity of the demand is greater than one indications a high responsiveness of the quality demanded or supplies to changes in price. Elasticity supply, when the calculated elasticity of either supply is greater than 1 indicating a high responsiveness of quality damaged or supply to changes in price. Inelastic demand, when the calculated elasticity of the demand is less than 1 indicating a 1% increase in price paid by the consumer led to less than 1% changes in purchase. This indicate a low responsiveness by consumed to price changes. Inelastic supply, when the calculated elasticity of the supply is less than 1, indicating 1% increase in the price paid to the firm will result in a less than 1% increase in productions by the firm. This indicate a low responsiveness of the firm to price increase. Midpoint elasticity approach, most accurate approach to solve for elasticity in which the growth rate or percentage change in quantity demand is divided by the average of the two quantities demanded. Point elasticity approach, approximate method for solving for elasticity in which the initiate quantity demand is subtract from the new quantity demand, then the divided by the initial price. Unitary elasticity, when the calculated elasticity is equal to 1 indicating that a change in the price of the good or services result in proportion change in the quantity demand or supply. So if we want to do the calculation of elasticity, the formula for calculating elasticity is price elasticity of demand equals to percentage change in quantity divided by percentage change in price. Example, for every 10% increase in the price of a pack of cigarette, the smoking rate drop about 7%. Using the formula we get price elasticity of demand equals to percentage change in quantity divided by percentage change in price equals to minus 7% divided by 10% equals to minus 0.7%. What does the number minus zero point -0.7 tell us about the elasticity of demand? Negative sign reflect the law of demand. At a higher price, the quantity demand for the cigarette declines. The result of less than 1 says that the size of quantity changes in less than the size of the price changes. It would take a relatively large price change to cause a relatively small change in quantity demanded. Consumer responsiveness to change in a price is relatively small. When the elasticity is less than 1, demand is inelastic. Different product, different price, elasticity of demand. If the absolute value of the elasticity of the product is greater than 1, the changes in the quantity demanded is greater than the change in price. Greater than 1 indicates a large reactions to the price changes, which we describe as elastic. If elasticity is equals to 1, it means that the changes in the quantity demanded is exactly equal to the changes in price. So the demand response is exactly proportionate to the change in price. We call this utility elasticity because unitary means 1. Formula for computing growth rate. Percentage change equal to change in rate quantity divided by quantity. Example, a job pays $10 per hour. At some point, the individual doing the job is given $2 per hour raise. The percentage change is pay is $2 divided by $10 equals to 0.20. Solve the realistic using the growth rate of the quantity demanded and the percentage change in price in order to example how these two variables are related. Use the potential elasticity approach with proposed quantity demand at 100, then move to 103 minus 100 divided by 100 is a 3% growth. Midpoint elasticity. Midpoint elasticity approach uses the average price and average quantity over the price and the quantity change. As an example, a job pays $10 per hour. At some point, the individual doing the job in given $2 per hour, the percentage change is $2 divided by $10 is equal to minus equals to 0.20. Solve the elasticity using the midpoint elasticity approach. With product quantity damage at 100, then to move to 103. So 103 minus 100, 103 plus 100 divided by 2 equals to 2.96 growth. The midpoint method using the average percentage change in both quantity and the price. There are two formula used for the midpoint method. The percentage change in quantity and the percentage change in price. The advantage of the midpoint method is that one obtain the same elasticity between two price when whether there is a price increase or decrease. So percentage change in quantity equals to Q2 minus Q1 divided by Q2 plus Q1 divided by 2%, 2 multiplied by 100. Percentage change in price equals to Q2 minus P1, P2 minus P1 divided by P2 plus P1 divided by 2 equals to 100. So there are many elasticity issues, many of the price elasticity issues actually happening. And if we can understand this price elasticity, then we can take decisions. Then we can go for these things that how we can measure the price. When the prices go up, when the prices go down, how should we do with this price? So calculate elasticity point B to A. Step 1, use elasticity of the demand formula, percentage change in quantity divided by percentage change in price. From the midpoint formula, we know percentage change in quantity Q2 minus Q1 divided by Q2 plus Q1 divided by 2 multiply 100. Percentage change in price P2 minus P1 divided by P2 plus P1 divided by 2 multiplied by 100. Use the variable provided in the figure as per decrease from $70 at point B to $60 at point A. In each equator, percentage change in quantity 3000 minus 2800 divided by 3000 plus 2800 2 multiply 100. 200 divided by 2900 multiplied by 100, 6.9. So percentage change in price, if we calculate these things, it will be minus 15.5. Then those variables can be used to determine the price elasticity of the demand. Calculating, there are many interesting methods that we can implement for the price elasticity. And if we can implement this price elasticity in an effective way, we can get many more solutions. Elasticity is not a slope. Common mistakes to confuse the slope of either the supply or demand curve with which is elasticity. The slope is the rate of change in unit along the curve, or the rise or run change is y over the change in x. The price elasticity, however, it changes along the curve. Elasticity is the percentage change, which is a difference calculations from the slope, and it has a different meaning. Categories of elasticity definitions. The percentage change in quantity demand is a greater than the percentage change in price. Measure price elasticity of the demand is greater than 1 in elasticity. The percentage change in quantity demand is less than the percentage change in price. Measure price elasticity of the demand is less than 1. Utility unitary elasticity, when a given percentage price change in price led to an equal percentage change in quantity demanded. Perfect elasticity, the extremely elastic situation of the demand of supply where quantity change by an infinite amount is response to any changes in price. Horizontal is appearance. Perfectly inelastics, the highly inelastic case of demand in which a percentage change in price, no matter how large, result is zero change in the quantity. Thus, the price elasticity of the demand is zero, vertical in appearance. So categories of elasticity. Demand is described as elasticity when the compound elasticity is greater than 1, indicating a high responsiveness to change in price. Computer elasticity that are less than 1 indicate low responsiveness to the price changes and described as inelastic demand. Unitary elasticity indicate proportional responsiveness of demand. In the other word, the percentage change in quantity demanded is equal to the percentage change in price, so the elasticity equals 1. Three categories of elasticity: elastic, inelasticity, and unity. If, then, and it calls. If percentage change in quantity is greater than percentage change in price, computer elasticity is greater than 1, elastic. Percentage change in quantity is equal to percentage change in price, computer elasticity is equals to 1, unitary. Percentage change in quantity is less than 1, less than percentage change in price, computer elasticity is less than 1, and inelastic. So if we focus on different kind of category, we have to understand that how different kind of category actually work, how it will impact in our society, how it will impact in our economy and everywhere. So if we can understand this economical impact, and if we can create necessary measures and initiative, that time we can go for effective way. Both elastic and elastic are relevant terms as shown in figure 1. As one moves down the demand curve from the top of the bottom right, the measure elasticity is much greater than 1. Then just greater than 1, the equals to 1, and finally much less than 1. Note that the epsilon symbol is often used to represent elasticity. So these are the major changes in our life we can observe through this price elasticity. And it is actually major things everywhere, every time, every moment we have to think about it. Every time we have to care about it. Every time we have to take necessary initiative about it. And if we can take these things in an effective way, that time we can move in a professional way. And this is ultimately the objective, that how we can create a major goals for the organizations. If we can understanding the price elasticity, different factors of the price elasticity, and how it works, and how the demand elasticity, supply elasticity, price elasticity, different kind of economical aspects we can understand, that time we can take necessary initiative. Today actually I just want to finish these things, because this is the broader concept, and this is one of the biggest concept for the economy, and we have to understand that if we can focus in that particular times and particular area, we can get some result. And if we can go with some professional way, that time we can take some necessary initiative, and which is very much important. So economy is very much important, macro initiative also important, and macro initiative is a very much effective for the government, and we need to careful about that. We need to take proper care about that. We need to take necessary initiative about that, and we have to understand that if we can make a necessary initiative with these things, then we can go for the next level, and we can take necessary initiative in the COVID-19 period. So if you have any kind of questions or anything, you can communicate with me, as well as you can discuss about the economy and economical aspects, and by this way we can understand and grow in an effective way. So thank you everyone. If you have any questions, you can communicate with me. If you have any kind of things, you can communicate with me. And specifically our target is to develop a knowledge based economy, and knowledge based economy ultimately the solutions for the society. Thank you everyone for joining today's sessions. Take care.